General Principles, Implementation Compliance, General. The set of diagnosable rules consists of all syntactic and semantic rules in this document, except for those rules containing an explicit notation that no diagnostic is required, or which are described as resulting in undefined behavior. Although this document states only requirements on C++ implementations, those requirements are often easier to understand if they are phrased as requirements on programs, parts of programs, or execution of programs. Such requirements have the following meaning. If a program contains no violations of the rules in Clause 5 through Clause 33 and Annex D, a conforming implementation shall, within its resource limits as described in Annex B, accept and correctly execute that program. If a program contains a violation of a rule for which no diagnostic is required, this document places no requirement on implementations with respect to that program. Otherwise, if a program contains a violation of any diagnosable rule or an occurrence of a construct described in this document as conditionally supported when the implementation does not support that construct, a conforming implementation shall issue at least one diagnostic message. Note 1. During template argument deduction and substitution, certain constructs that in other contexts require a diagnostic are treated differently. Furthermore, a conforming implementation shall not accept a preprocessing translation unit containing a #error preprocessing directive, shall issue at least one diagnostic message for each #warning or #error preprocessing directive not following a #error preprocessing directive in a preprocessing translation unit, and shall not accept a translation unit with a static underscore assert dash declaration that fails. For classes and class templates, the library clauses specify partial definitions. Private members are not specified, but each implementation shall supply them to complete the definitions according to the description in the library clauses. For functions, function templates, objects, and values, the library clauses specify declarations. Implementations shall supply definitions consistent with the descriptions in the library clauses. A C++ translation unit obtains access to the names defined in the library by including the appropriate standard library header or importing the appropriate standard library named header unit. The templates, classes, functions, and objects in the library have external linkage. The implementation provides definitions for standard library entities as necessary, while combining translation units to form a complete C++ program. Two kinds of implementations are defined: a hosted implementation and a freestanding implementation. A freestanding implementation is one in which execution may take place without the benefit of an operating system. A hosted implementation supports all the facilities described in this document, while a freestanding implementation supports the entire C++ language described in Clause 5 through Clause 15, and the subset of the library facilities described in 16.4.2.5. A conforming implementation may have extensions, including additional library functions, provided they do not alter the behavior of any well-formed program. Implementations are required to diagnose programs that use such extensions that are ill-formed according to this document. Having done so, however, they can compile and execute such programs. Each implementation shall include documentation that identifies all conditionally supported constructs that it does not support and defines all locale-specific characteristics. Note 3. Correct execution can include undefined behavior, depending on the data being processed. Note 4. This document also defines implementation-defined behavior.